Hey everyone, have I here been a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be discussing the character roadmap, the bracket, whatever you want to call it, and I feel like I have this 99% down. So let's discuss what's going to be remaining for the 10-year anniversary. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So here we are. This was the screenshot from the video from the live stream for basically the 10-year anniversary, and it provided the updated units with the Dragon Ball unit and then the free-to-play Trunks and Goten along with everyone else. So this right here was my prediction, right? This was done about a week ago, a little over a week ago. And I feel like I'm still very, very close to what this is presenting. So because, oh, this is the bigger version here, because of course we recently just got the information that the two Super EZAs for Gogeta and Janemba are dropping very soon, about a day from this video being recorded. So this right here is, I'm kind of right on it in terms of the prediction here, right? Now, the next biggest question then is, what about the new units, right? Because again, already been discussed and verified that the small versions here versus the big versions here are Super EZAs versus the new units. We are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 more new units arrive in part 2. So when we look at that, I feel like we already know some of these units already that's going to be EZA'd, and then the new units, primarily of course the 7-year anniversary LR Super Saiyan 4s and the LR Gods. Those two we know should EZA. Now technically, will they wait until like part 3, or are they gonna squeeze it in part 2? We kind of don't know when that's gonna be. Also, we also know that Gogeta is gonna be the Dokkan Festival exclusive LR, and then we have the Super EZA for the Tech Cell, right? So all of these units here, this one is on that current Dokkan Festival exclusive EZA banner. And it of course makes all sense. There's a reason why Cell is on there, and I mentioned this already, I don't know, weeks ago, talking about what I thought the Super EZAs were going to be, and these two are going to be basically the oldest two units that hadn't Super EZA'd yet. The OG 3000 is what I called them, the Tech Cell and the Gogeta. So it made a lot of sense for this Tech Cell to also EZA. So basically, after the celebration, or at least as much as we know the celebration here, all the OG 3000 should be Super EZA'd, and the only one that for the type attack units here, the Dokkan Festival units here, is going to be Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, which again, I thought this was going to Super EZA during the last year's Super Dragon Ball Heroes celebration, which it didn't. So maybe they're going to wait for like a Daima celebration or something like that to go ahead and Super EZA him. But then also here, we only have 2 more left in the OG God leads here in Omega and Broly. I feel like we're gonna get a GT celebration like right after the 10-year anniversary. It makes a lot of sense for them to do so. So have Omega Shenron, or have at least this one Super EZA'd, which then leaves these guys down here. This guy really was Super EZA'd very early. I was very surprised that Goku Black ended up Super EZA'ing when he did. So again, it was just part of the celebration. So I don't foresee these coming up in this anniversary here, but we know basically all the Super EZAs is what we're seeing here. So this is kind of where we're at right now, and then once these guys are done, it's going to lead into then the next batch of Dokkan Festival exclusives getting their Super EZAs. And I mentioned this before, right, in another video. The reason why Buhan is so good is because he's, besides Goku Black here, he's the latest out of all these. So when we saw the details for Gogeta and for Janemba, they're like, oh, it's not as good as Buhan. And I forgot to add this on here. Boom, there we go. It's not as strong as Buhan, but again, it's a much older unit, and you kind of want those units to be, you don't want like the older units be better than these units here. And really, these 3 are fantastic, right? So Anyway, diving back into the bracket here. So if we know that these are the places in terms of the EZAs here, and the Super EZA to sell in the new Dokkan Festival exclusive LR, now we have to figure out, okay, great, what's the remaining new units for this celebration, which is Carnival featured, and then the banner unit here. Now, I think most people agree on this one here, and that's going to be Gohan. Now, a lot of people are kind of like, well, I don't like your prediction, but let me explain to you why I feel like Super Saiyan 2 or 1, doesn't really matter, but, you know, Cell Saga Gohan, again, that's kind of a given. I think, you know, remember the theme for the Carnival is family and rivals. I think we're going to get a Golden Frieza for, you know, Dragon Ball Super and the Carnival unit here. There are two main reasons why. One is he's a rival. They have some comments saying that Frieza is not Goku's rival. I don't know what else a rival could be than Frieza in this. Like, yeah, you know, Vegeta is his rival as well, but for a villain rival, it's Frieza. Frieza is a through line since Z all the way through Super. Anyway, that's just, again, for me, people are saying that he's not a rival. I can't think of anyone else in Dragon Ball Super that's going to be technically a rival, but then also Extreme Class. The reason why I think it's going to be a standalone Golden Frieza, or like Final Form Frieza that has a transformation to Golden Frieza, is because we need an Extreme Class unit in the celebration, especially a Carnival unit. And you kind of look back into the Carnival units, there's always a few sprinkled of Extreme Class units, and he would be technically an Extreme Class unit in Dragon Ball Super, which is, there's not many. You know, Hit's not one, Jiren's not one, Tobo's not one. Like, you have Zamasu and you have Frieza as like Extreme Class units, and that's pretty much it. So this is the reason why I don't think it's going to be a 17 or a Goku or Frieza, because that's another super class unit. And yes, we've had celebrations in the past that, you know, had all super class units for the new units. I don't think this is going to be one of them. I think they're going to add an Extreme Class unit on here, given the fact that we're getting so many, you know, Carnival LRs, right? So we're getting, you know, double, right? We're getting 2 additional. They have to put Extreme Class on there. So for me, I think that this is the obvious choice. That's for me, though. Again, some of you guys are like, no, it's going to be this or that. I don't think it's going to be a super class Carnival feature. I think it's going to be Extreme Class, along with Gohan as the Android Cell Saga new unit there as well. Again, agree to disagree, let me know in the comment section below there. Let's talk about the banner unit, and where we do have options here. This is where I feel like I'm 99% sure about all this. This is there's 2 spots here that are just a little bit unsure, but I think I have the right idea. And that is, the banner unit for this is a lot of confusing, because they're like, okay, if this is Gogeta and this is Dragon Ball Super, how does that work out? Well, there's an explanation, right? Because Dragon Ball Super, there are 2 movies that are technically Dragon Ball Z movies that also fit in Dragon Ball Super. So I think this unit here is going to fit for both Super and Dragon Ball Z movies, and that's going to be for Battle of the Gods or Resurrection F. So remember, they were released as Dragon Ball Z movies, and that's what it's saying right here, Dragon Ball Z movies. So this will technically be a banner unit that's technically going to be a movie hero, just like this unit here. So it will fit the category, even though it's Dragon Ball Super. So it has to be in one of these movies. Now, I guess the discussion would be, okay, well, it could be Beerus or Whis, or a combination of both. I don't think they're going to go that high. I guess 10-year anniversary of this. I guess they could do like a Whis, a banner unit Whis, in terms of this, because it would make sense, movie, things of that nature. I'm going to think, of course, banner units, a little bit more subcategory, characters that normally won't get any type of major unit, but then also hopefully be a support unit as well. So I was thinking from Battle of Gods, I was thinking Pregnant Videl. Now I was looking, I was like, don't we have a unit that's coming from Battle of Gods that's Videl with this outfit, and I thought there was, but I looked it up. I was like, wait a minute, there's not a Videl unit from Battle of Gods in this outfit here. That's technically, you know, carrying Pan, impregnated with Pan here. So this was surprising to me. I was like, well, this has to be it, because of course we have currently Hercule as the banner unit over here. It would make sense for the daughter of Hercule to be the banner unit in part 2. Again, that makes a lot of sense to me. So that's going to be my guess. However, there is another option, of course, in Resurrection F. I don't think they're going to go this route, but there are 3 units that, of course, stood out there: Sorbet, Tagoma, and Tracksuit Gohan. Talking about like a lower tier unit. Yeah, you know, Tracksuit Gohan is one of these characters you're like, what the heck happened? All these are rare units. There is a Golden Frieza and Sorbet unit, but there's not a standalone Sorbet unit that's better than a rare unit, Tagoma or Tracksuit Gohan. So I can see like a Tracksuit Gohan as a banner support unit or banner unit for, in a sense, Resurrection F, movie heroes, part of Dragon Ball Super, etc., etc. You know, Sorbet and Tagoma, it's not as hype as that. So I'm gonna either go with Gohan or I'm gonna go with Videl, but I think Videl's the right call. So here's my 1% guess right here is Videl. I'm gonna focus in and go that it's going to be Videl from Battle of Gods. Again, that's going to be a movie hero, which falls into the Dragon Ball Z movies, right? Because it's going to be Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, but also part of Super, because both of them are kind of coincided. So hopefully that makes sense. I think that's where things are going here. Now let's go ahead and finish out the rest. I think these right here, the community, everybody is guessing the same thing, and that's going to be the EZA to the LR Kaioken Goku, and then the Great Ape Vegeta. This unit has to happen to really help out the where is it? The GT unit, right? The Super Saiyan 4 Goku unit. LR34, if he gets this guy EZA'd and this guy EZA, that team is going to be incredibly strong. Hopefully this is a slot 1 unit, but man, it's gonna really change the dynamic of that. So hopefully that is going to be the case. And then Planet Dynamic Saga, I think a lot of people are agreeing that it's going to be LR Super Saiyan Goku and Full Power Frieza. That would also make sense as well. And of course, if they did that, that's kind of where the connection with this Carnival unit is as well, in terms of Planet Dynamic Saga and Frieza. And then here's Golden Frieza here in Dragon Ball Super. Now the last one here is where there are a lot of different guesses on here, but I'm gonna go back to my original guess way back when. Where's way back when here? Here. There we go, right here. And so this is my original guess. All of it's basically still the same. I didn't guess for the banner unit here, but I think it's going to be this guy here. Now the reason why, so there's these options. Where am I at here in my slides? Here we go. So there's really 3 options that we have for that EZA, right? And it could be the LR, right? It could be the Gohan and Trunks. It also could be an Extreme Class EZA, which we are having in the Cell. It's a Super EZA, but it could be the androids as well. But when I looked at like when these units came out all very similar, very close to each other, and it could be any of them, right? It could be any of them. It would make sense for the androids. It would make sense for the other LR. I think we have so many LRs. I think a TUR EZA would make a little bit more sense here. And I'm sticking with Trunks. All right, I am sticking with Trunks here as the as the EZA for this Android Cell Saga around there. I think right here, this chart right here, again, going back to my intro, 99% that this is going to happen, in my feeling, right? So that's going to be my final guess, right? And I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. So let me know if you guys agree or disagree with my final prediction in terms of, I guess, you know, once part 2 comes out, there will be a few that's going to be missing here. I might have to do this again, but this is my 99% character roadmap video, and I'm going to be sticking to it. Let me know in the comment section below, do you agree, disagree, what are the changes, what are your thoughts? And with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.